Let's take a look at focusing and configuring your LabelMark fiber laser machine. Before you start, make sure the lens is clean. You need to regularly clean the lens because the smoke from your engraving projects might dirty it. We recommend you use the premium laser optical cleaning wipe from am.co.za and clean the lens from the middle to the outside in a circular motion. Once you have done that, you are ready for the 4 major steps in focusing and configuring your LabelMark fiber laser. Please follow the steps exactly in order. Focus, size, distortion, and red preview light. The first step is focus. Use a scrap piece of metal to test on. You will see 3 red lights. At the top of the machine, press the red lights button to switch 2 of them off for now. Now you're left with the preview light only. In your LabelMark 5 software, draw a reasonable sized square. Make sure the continuous mark is ticked and press mark, and the laser starts engraving. By turning the wheel up and down, you fine-tune the laser focus. You know it is in focus when the laser gets bright white as it burns. By going in and out of focus either way, you will be able to recognize the sweet spot as the white light is at its brightest, and you are now in focus. So now switch the 2 front lights back on again and align them to the red preview light. How? Use an Allen key to untighten them and then manually move them until they align perfectly. Then tighten them again. Now, when you use different materials and different heights, between your jobs, you know that you are in the focus range when the 3 red lights meet as you turn the wheel. And once they do meet and you press mark, you can obviously just fine-tune it just a little with the wheel on the top as well. And you're ready for step 2, size. Draw a 100 by 100 millimeter square. Just resize it over here where it says size. Make sure that this is unticked. There you go, you've got your 100 by 100 millimeter square. Or you can download a 100 by 100 millimeter square from cncu.co.za because you are going to need it for the next step anyway. You will find it under the LabelMark over here. Download it and import it. You go to File, Vector File, find your 100 by 100 millimeter calibration image and import. And then you center it. For this step, we are only interested in the border, the square itself. Okay, so now press mark to engrave it. Now go and physically measure the X and the Y values. Once you've got those values, back in the software, click on the Config button. Under the Area tab, you will see the X and the Y proportions tab. What you do is you click on the arrow for the X, you write in there the value, your target value, which is 100 millimeters, and the value that you got when you physically measured it. Let's just say we got 95, and then you click OK. And then you do exactly the same for the Y. Target is 100, and let's just say we got 98. And we click OK. And there you go, it has already been configured. There is your configuration over there. So what you do now is you click OK and let it engrave on a fresh piece of metal. Now you check your sizes again. There you go, we've now got 100 by 100 exactly. And that brings us up to the next step. Step 3, distortion. Click on config again. Your size is now complete, but what is the next important step is the distortion over here. you may have distortion, so we need to calibrate that. And you do so by clicking on the Calculate Recommended Value over here. And what you need to do is you need to find out all these values over here. You've got X1, X2, and X3. Then you've got Y1, Y2, and Y3. And this corresponds exactly to the engraving that you've just made, which we now know has got the exact correct size. And so what you need to do now is measure the engraving accordingly with a protractor to get the degrees that you may be out by. And you need to fill those values in over here on the bottom left area. Once that's done, you press Calculate Recommended Values, and then you press Sure. Once that's done, you press OK, and you press Mark. You engrave it again, and you remeasure to make sure all is now aligned. For step number 4, you go back into Config, and on the right-hand side, under the red tab, you can click onto the tab, and you'll see a good couple of options over here. For the red light style, we're going to remain with the outline for now. Now, engrave a reasonably sized square on a fresh piece of steel, and come on over here and press Red Preview. You will see the red square trying to impose itself over the engraving, but it might be off center a little, and that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to adjust that. First things first, measure from the lens to the actual piece of material, write in the value over here. Now take a look at the offset on the x-axis, take down the value and fill it in over here, fill in the value of the y offset over here, and also if the width or the length is too small or too large, you need to fill in that ratio's value over here, and then press Red Preview. You take a look at the overlap again, and you keep coming back to the software and making finer adjustments until the red preview light is exactly in line with the engraving. And once you achieve that, you will know that the preview light is now exactly in line with the laser beam. And now your LabelMark fiber laser is focused and configured and ready for you to enjoy.
...2023 marks the 10th anniversary of am.co.za in the South African market. And through that time, we have experienced considerable growth and expansion with the support of our valued customers. To mark our 10th anniversary, we have bought a warehouse at Sunny Rock in East Rand, and we will commence with renovation and construction in 2023. The facility will comprise a massive 2,000 square meter warehouse, 300 square meters of demonstration space, 150 square meters of sales space, and 400 square meters of spare parts storage on the top floor. 550 square meters of showroom space on the middle floor. 400 square meters for Machine.Africa for machine repairs with its own dedicated entrance. And a 250 square meter tea garden and coffee shop for your convenience. Our group now comprises 4 businesses. am.co.za is our main business and supplies the machines, spare parts and consumables. Machine.Africa does the installations for our clients and handles on-site and factory repairs. Ambitious Academy ensures that our clients achieve the very best levels of productivity by providing training and certification. And our automated AI-driven online store, Buy This, brings all products online and distributes countrywide. We invite you to be part of this exciting journey as we establish our new headquarters. Watch as the process unfolds and be part of the adventure to meet all of your machinery and productivity needs with this magnificent new facility. am.co.za. Achievement matters.